How's it going, everybody? This is Rob Novakast back with some more content for you guys. To an extent, we will be, at least for the first part of the podcast, we're going to be doing a reaction, or not more of a reaction, more so discussing the drama that was going on. I guess, if anything, the situation involving the Oxford tragedy, which, to be perfectly honest, let's just call it as it is. It was a shooting. But I feel like people at this point are just too fucking sensitive about everything. And I'm sorry for you kind of sounding heartless. To an extent, my heart goes out to the people that lost loved ones in that situation. But at the same time, how people are portraying information or painting the story is just fucking ridiculous. So I do apologize again for sounding heartless. But we'll be talking about that, and when hopefully Aden gets on, because we'll probably end up talking about Arcane. If it's just me, then if anything, I'll probably change the title and only focus on the situation. Oh, never mind. Aden's here. How's it going, man?
Going good. Still might need to change the title anyways, because if MJ makes it, we'll also be talking about
Alice in
Alice.
Borderlands.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I didn't know if she was gonna host or not, or if I was, because if anything,
I wasn't even sure if we were gonna be playing the game tonight, considering what we talked about last night.
well, yeah, and what she was mentioning a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if anything, it'll be a short podcast. I mean, if she doesn't come on, um, but I'm trying to look for the exact thing. I don't want
We're
to show the
gonna.
video from the insider because I have a feeling the podcast will probably get copyrighted for using footage from the insider, and more likely we will get more importantly, we're at least in my case, I'll probably be shitting on them a little bit.
Mm-mm.
So, anyways, figured I'd get right into it. Get with the one only drama thing that I haven't done drama in a while, and I heard about this today, and I'm just a little bit irritated. So, recently there was a shooting at a high school called Oxford High School, which I think MJ mentioned it's in Michigan. I'm looking up the article right now for Yahoo. Um, a 15-year-old student fatally shot 3 people on Tuesday using a gun that his dad bought days earlier before the shooting itself. Um, he also shot 8 others, including a teacher. But the suspect, I'm looking at Yahoo article. The suspected shooter, who police say killed 3 people and injured 8 others at the Michigan high school on Tuesday, used a pistol purchased by his father just 4 days earlier on Black Friday, authorities said on Tuesday. I'm sure that's going to get people to be like, oh, we need to ban guns because of this. I think, if anything, well, a lot of people are suspecting right now that it's the parents that didn't decide to freaking secure their weapons more properly in this situation. But I actually, going any further than that, apparently the parents might be charged.
Why?
Well, a little bit more information too was apparently, now I'm just looking into this. So this individual was apparently clearly fucked in the head.
Oh.
This person had already talked about was hearing voices. He got in trouble for looking up ammunition, by which I guess in some records the parents told him, if you're gonna look, don't get caught looking for ammunition.
Did they really though?
It's at this point it's more of hearsay, but
Mm.
I mean it'd be shocking to find that out.
Yeah.
But I think if they were to get the parents on anything, it was the fact that their gun wasn't secure enough. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get him for anything, considering in situations where, you know, where let's say for instance you try to use self-defense for your own fucking life, you get charged, tried and charged for murder, even though the evidence shows that you were on fucking self-defense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still on the Kyle Rittenhouse thing because people are so fucking pathetic when it comes to that shit.
When it comes to stuff like that, it's more of a guilty but until proven innocent kind of mindset, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
And again, not to be a dick, because I try not to be political, but looking at the evidence, looking at the video, and at this point, BLM getting involved. I'm sorry. Again, I'm not trying to be political, but he shot 3 fucking white people
As well.
No, I'm talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm kind of diverging a little bit, but yeah, he shot 3 white people. One of them was not a nice guy to kids, which I think Tucker Carlson kind of dissed that dude, saying he died as he lived trying to touch a minor. But anyway,
what brought that on?
What?
You bringing up Rittenhouse?
To an extent, well, making the point that at this point, if the parents get charged for something, I'm sure they would come up with anything, just like they tried to do with Kyle Rittenhouse. Even though, again, it was clearly self-defense, and at this point, like it's in playing devil's advocate, they could probably get them on not securing their weapons well enough. I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer, but I wouldn't be surprised if they tried doing something like that. And there was actually another article where the parents, I'll take a look at it, but parents of alleged Michigan school shooter arrested in Detroit after going missing.
Wait, could you repeat that?
I was looking at the title for an article.
Could you repeat it?
School shootings. Parents of alleged Michigan school shooter arrested in Detroit after going missing. So something's up there. I'll look at that in a second. But Oakland County Sheriff Mike Burchard said at a press conference Tuesday evening that police recovered a loaded pistol with 7 rounds of ammunition from a 15-year-old sophomore at Oxford High School, north of Detroit. Minutes the shooting spree. I think that's supposed to be a miss. I don't know.
Maybe
That and using their quote, that again I believe interrupted what potentially could have been 7 more victims. The handgun, a 9mm Sig Sauer SP 2022 pistol, had 2 15-round magazines. A third magazine was also purchased by the suspect's father, but hasn't been located, said Bouchard. Authorities did not say where the teen's father. Actually, I'm going to pull this up so that way you guys could see it at the very least. So people don't think I'm just kind of pulling this shit out of my ass. There we go. Okay. So, authorities did not say where the teen's father had purchased the gun. Tatemeyer, 16, Hannah Street, Julian, 14, Madison Baldwin, 17, were killed in the shooting. Police said 7 students and a teacher were left injured, with 3 in critical condition. Video uh, purportedly taken by Oxford high students shows a person appearing to impersonate law enforcement trying to convince the students to open a barricade classroom door. The student refuses and then flee to safety by climbing out a window. Oakland County Under Sheriff Mike McCabe confirmed to Insider that the suspect has asked for a lawyer and potential motive is currently unclear. I wouldn't give an Insider anything, but whatever. Officials have not yet released the suspect's identity. He is not speaking with authorities. Stop that. I'm going to quickly pull up the thing for the Insider. Yeah, because at this point, I have a feeling, because this is just me, but I have a strong feeling that organizations like the Insider are going to use this as either a way to kind of do the whole ban guns thing, or stronger restrictions, even though there's certain like implications or requirements in order to buy a freaking weapon to begin with. But another thing is, and this was brought to my attention, that apparently organizations like the Insider are trying to pull the blame violent video games on this whole thing.
Are they?
Yeah, they were. But so, look, we've been over this before, time and time again, that it's not the video game's fault. And to an extent, if people are going to go by that route, especially since time and time again that video games do not cause violence, and especially don't cause freaking school shootings, and the more important factor is the fact that the individual had something really, really terrible going on in their fucking head,
or their life.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it ends up being due to being treated like shit.
Well,
and them to the point that they end up blowing up.
Well, here's another thing too. I mean, because I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was already something going on with the kid, because he was claiming he was hearing voices. So there must have been something, honestly, something that was like already deep down, already there, but nobody wanted to acknowledge it. Which is why a lot of kids fucking explode due to that, is because, well, if anything, it's due to the fact that people neglect mental health.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to understand it. People don't want to deal with mental health until finally people, just without getting the proper care, just blow up. And I'm not saying that, and I'm not justifying it either. Don't get me. Hopefully, people don't get that impression. Is honestly, that is like the worst thing to happen, because you never know what the person is willing to do, or what, if anything, what they feel like they're going to have to do in order to deal with their issues. And honestly, and I hate to be a dick to this kid. Honestly, I hope to an extent, and this is going to sound harsh, I'm hoping he, while he's definitely going to jail. I hope that these deaths live with him, because he took several lives, and that's not okay. Your thoughts?
I mean, you're not wrong. Honestly, only thing I can think of to say or to add to that would be that I hope he ends up getting the help that he needs.
Same here. But at the same time too, I'm hoping that there's deep down some remorse of what he did, and I hope that what he did to land him in jail, to get him in
Yeah.
where he's at now, lives with him for the rest of his life. Because he basically snuffed out 3 lives that barely got a chance to live on their own. Because I think it was like looking at it again, I think it was like 3 students, people who were still. I mean, granted they were in high school, but at the same time hadn't even got a chance to step out into the real world.
Yeah.
And I guess, and to kind of further go through it, when it comes to and especially when it comes down to situations, and it's always the same fucking thing, is people who suffer from mental health. At this point, especially with schools, or at least with parents too, they need to pay close attention to their kids and see what the fuck is going on with them. Because at this point, it's like, again, we don't. I mean, especially with schools, they don't pay close attention to mental health. They don't like acknowledge, when people are dealing with really horrible shit.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little spacey right now.
No, it's all right. I'm done ranting. It's like I said, it's just, I saw this and I wanted to kind of get it off my chest. I haven't done anything drama related, but I wanted to talk about this briefly because this, and it, unfortunately, if you have organizations or news organizations that are going to manipulate the information and try to use it as, or to kind of create some form of agenda, which is not okay.
Yeah.
Because at this point, especially when people are manipulating information, and I'm not just talking about the insider, I'm talking about any situation involving news nowadays. It's no longer news. It's no longer journalism at this point. It's fucking activism. That's what it is nowadays.
Yeah.
Because every situation is biased. Nah. Anywho. So, Arcane. We're like at the 20-minute mark.
Arcane's pretty good.
I fucking love it.
I honestly wish I had waited a few more days to watch it whenever I did.
Oh,
So I could watch it in full.
I kept hearing about it. I waited almost like a week or two before watching it. I mean, I was royally impressed with it.
I was hooked, and I'm not a LOL fan.
Oh, same here. I know Bear. I know close to nothing of League of Legends. But this was again, I mean, especially with it being so popular. I mean, granted, I'll take that back because I've seen a couple of the music videos,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, nice touch. They had the song "Get Jinxed" in one of the episodes.
Yeah, they had a lot of songs that they used throughout the runtime of the video game,
Yeah.
throughout the show.
Oh, and Imagine Dragons makes an appearance.
Yeah. Singing the series opening.
No, I'm talking about they animated them.
Yeah,
Into
I
the
know.
show.
They were singing the opening when
I
they
know.
showed up.
I know. That was like what episode? Well, actually, because I know I'm doing my
I
episode
want to
review.
say it was episode 3 or 4.
No, it was
It
episode
was 4 or 5, my bad, because it was
5.
after.
It was 5.
Okay.
It was episode 5. But gosh, I love the characters. Like every single one of them, even the ones that I shouldn't like. I like.
Yes.
Vander has to be one of my favorite villains.
Vander?
Not Vander. I'm sorry, not Vander. Silco.
I was about to say.
Silco. I mean, he's going to become a villain. Let's be honest here.
Vander is?
So I looked it up, and apparently the voice actor that plays Vander plays the voice actor for a character called Warwick, which is another champion in the game that's like this sort of werewolf creature.
Yeah, that's a completely different character, though.
Oh, well, here's the thing. So so I was watching something, and they mentioned a really interesting detail that Warwick has no memory of his previous life except, and tell me if this rings any bells, a girl calling out somebody's name.
Well, here's the thing, though. Arcane, the lore of Arcane is not the lore of League of Legends.
It's probably gonna be close, if anything. I think if anything, it's gonna be like their own iteration of the lore.
Maybe. Who's to say?
Also, we see, I'm calling it now, Vander hanging up on the ceiling of the last episode in the doctor's lab, which I'm sure he's technically still alive, but being experimented on.
I don't know.
To be some kind of monster. I will say it was interesting that because you mentioned, because when I watched it, I was able to watch all 9 episodes at once. So I was interested to hear that when you mentioned that the episodes came in like 3 episodes per like what, every week.
I want to say either every week or every few days. I'm not sure.
That was really cool. Now here's my question: what's your favorite arc?
I don't know, man. All of them were really freaking good. It's hard to say which one's my favorite.
Yeah, I think if anything, shit. I kind of want to say, I mean,
it's either the first or the third arc.
Yeah, I'm actually on that one too. Yeah, I think the third one is probably my favorite.
I said first or third.
I think for me, it'd probably be the third.
Because the second one was amazing. It was just as good as the other two.
Yeah.
But it was more to give further background on the new characters that they centered on.
Yeah.
And to catch people up on what happened during the time skip.
Yeah. Oh no! Well, the first because like the first one is showing like the kids, both Vi and Powder's background.
Yeah, back when they were kids.
Yeah. Then you have the time skip, and it's like from episodes
4 through 6.
4 through 6, where like right after the time skip, you have the progress day, Jinx sabotage, basically killing several people to get the gemstone, and then breaking Vi out of prison in order to get her help to deal with the situation.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, when Powder freaking used the flare, part of me was worried that Vi would not show up.
That was that was what I mean, granted, the entire, like almost every scene in that show is like really fucking powerful.
Oh hell yeah.
That's one of those scenes that actually really is really good, because like while the animation it rotates around Jinx, we see Milo and Kragor, though, like as they are being dead.
Mm-hmm.
Around her.
Being specters in her mind because she feels guilt over what happened.
Here's my question. I'm kind of wondering, because she was constantly being haunted by those visions. I'm wondering if, to an extent, after Silco dies, she just completely snapped and just every form of doubt from her just left.
Oh, I'm pretty sure, especially seeing as she's the one who pulled the trigger.
I know, but what I'm saying is like, because they use some really interesting like sound choices when after Silco dies, and it's usually the sound of like when she's having her delusions, and all of a sudden just kind of fades. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
And then as soon as Violet is trying to support her, you see her just like, no, I'm picking the Jinx chair. That's me. That's who I am now.
Yep, because you couldn't accept me as I am.
Yep. I'm so looking forward to season 2. And honestly, it sucks. It sucks, especially with what's happening. What's more likely going to happen now.
Right.
And I think the biggest kick and by the way, spoilers, everybody, for who have not watched the show yet. The biggest kick in the fucking groin is they were so close. So close. I mean, they voted on giving the Undercity their own independence.
Yep.
They were so close, and unfortunately, at the worst fucking time, Jinx fires the rocket.
You know part of the reason why she did that, though, right?
Because Silco.
Not just because of Silco,
but to kind of show.
It's because if they're there, she's in danger of being arrested.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep coming after her. That's why she did it.
At this point, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't type situation.
Yeah.
A lot of the fights were really good in this show too.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm trying to think of like the best one. I like the animation for the Echo versus Jinx fight.
Dude, it was kind of cool.
It was trippy.
That was Echo.
it was trippy, but at the same time, it was really cool, and it kind of shows, especially like for the last moment of the fight. Echo, I mean, it shows them as kids, kind of play fighting to a degree, and near the very end, we see Echo about to basically pinning Jinx down, punching her, and he can't. At some point, he can't because he realizes that's still his friend.
Yeah, he realizes that what Vice said was right. She's still in there somewhere. Powder is still in there somewhere.
Too bad she tried to blow him up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately became more fucked up thanks to the doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thing is, he most likely wouldn't have made it if he hadn't experimented on her.
No. Oh my god, the freaking at least we
What was his name? Rugged? Not Rugged. Shit. Because he's another champion from what I understand.
oh, I know what you're talking about. He's
The doctor, I keep forgetting his
I
name.
can't remember the characters. I'm looking it up on Google. What champion is the doctor in Arcane?
Singed. That was his name. Singed.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, we saw trying to think what characters is I was trying to find like because I don't think Mel Medarda is a champion in that.
I don't think she is either.
Unfortunately, she's probably going to be dead, which I'm sure will probably spark the thirst for revenge in Jason or
Jace. This isn't House of Ashes. Jason's not here.
But yeah, I'm sure this will kind of spark the taste of revenge for Jace if she dies. In fact,
yeah, but chances are he's probably not going to go after the Undercity. He's probably just going to focus on Jinx and Jinx alone.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure if anything, I could totally see this happening where, like, after the attack, whoever's left of the community or the council be like, no, fuck this. We're not going to give them their independence
if they live.
Yeah, depending on how many of which ones survived. Oh, actually, I'm predicting. I mean, I doubt it because he's a champion, but I'm sure they're going to do something. I mean, if anything, they're going to do something to Victor because I'm sure he's probably going to be really badly injured after that.
Wait, I thought he wasn't in the council chamber.
He was during the vote.
Victor.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to rewatch that final episode.
Because he was in there when they were making the vote. He was the one that announced that that's what Silco wants is independence. And that freaking Jace basically tried to broker a peace treaty with him.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, Silco is a really good fucking villain.
Silco really is.
Something that was really cool is like the way he is at the beginning. Cold, calculating. Will kill anybody and everything in his way.
Yeah.
Has no feeling for anybody and their safety. And yet, as soon as like he spent years with Powder, his whole demeanor changed. You notice that?
Oh yeah.
I mean, to an extent. I mean, he clearly. I mean, and at the moment when Jace mentions the fact that he not only does he want the Shimmer production shut down, he wants the gemstone back, but he says he wants Jinx. You pay close attention to his facial expression. You notice like he moves his eyes back and forth like, oh shit, like no. Even going into her defense, saying those were my actions. Jinx is not involved. She was following my orders.
Yep.
Which is something he wouldn't do for anybody else.
Were it not for her mental state, she probably would not have misunderstood his private conversation at at the statue of his brother.
Yeah.
That he was basically monologuing,
I mean, at this point, he kind of understands the whole situation as to why Vander did some of the things he did.
Yeah. Because he realizes he is willing to give up his dream
for his own daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the cool aspect too. A redeeming factor for this villain is he has enough emotion to consider Powder his daughter, and at this point will do anything for her, even giving up what he wants most.
He'll find another way.
Yeah. Which again was so freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
The character Vander, although short-lived, was pretty cool. I like the final stand for him.
Oh,
the final fight for him. Even though he's got like one good eye left, he breaks apart the freaking shackles that they were using on him and uses them as freaking brass knuckles.
Yeah, mostly just due to the fact that the ones that were being used before Vi used and broke one, lost the other.
I don't think they were broken. They were just lost.
Oh, one fell to pieces.
Oh shit! I gotta double check that. I don't think I did. But thank God. I can't think of any worse, like really bad scenes. I can't think of anything bad in this show.
I love the relationship between Vi and what was her name? Victoria?
Caitlin.
Thank you. That was it was great.
It was slowly building. Yeah.
Yes.
Which, by the way, for those people that write those kind of relationships, you have to be subtle.
Not always.
Well, I mean, to an extent, it just can't.
Can't what?
I don't want to like step on anybody's toes. I mean, to an extent, I think if anything, if it's like a slow build,
yes,
and like right away, then it's good. And especially with situations of I'm trying to think of like a good example of certain relationships. I'm sure some people would probably say, "Oh, the Legend of Korra," which, granted, I'll give them that.
What relationship they talking about?
Korra and that one chick. I mean, even though it's not said, it's kind of implied. And I think that's what I'm getting at, is where it's, as long as it's not the main focus, that it's implied in something that is slowly kind of built upon, then I'm okay with it. Not making that the main focus of the character.
Oh,
A lot of people fucking do. Again, I don't care if you're straight. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're white or you're black. But and especially with especially with shows like Young Kids, again, make it subtle. Slowly build upon it. Don't just force it and make that the only thing that is redeeming of the character. Like that
yeah.
fucking half baked. I'm not even gonna call it, actually not even half baked. It was just piss poor American anime that was released recently on Crunchyroll.
What was it?
Oh god, what was it called? I shit on that so fucking bad. God damn it, what was it called? I'm looking it up because I know I did a review of it. High Guardian Spice. That's what it was. That shit was bad. Like, dude, I'm not recommending it. Don't. And I'm saying this to everybody. Don't go watch it. Just don't. Actually, it became so bad that they started releasing it for free.
Fuck.
Yeah. The animation's terrible when it comes to perspective in, landscapes, or let's say, when it comes to the characters and backgrounds, it keeps fucking changing. The animation for when the character speaks is terrible. Voice acting is fucking shit. They, for a lot of the characters, they focus so fucking hard on their representation and not actually creating good characters. It was just a piss poor product. It really was. And I doubt
I'm looking at the art, and I get the feeling it was trying to be She-Ra without being She-Ra.
I don't know what it was trying to be, but it's crap.
Just by looking at the images that I'm finding.
Actually, ironically enough, I actually, for the thumbnail, I actually put the the shit emoji in front of the characters.
Oh fuck. There's an image from Know Your Meme on here saying this show is so bad not even pirating sites have it. Just let that sink in. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. Okay then.
Yeah, it's that fucking bad. And another thing too is because people are very critical about it, especially when the trailers hit. And just like what happened with fucking Ghostbusters 2016, the creators started fucking getting all butthurt and started pulling, oh, if you don't like it, you're transphobic. Oh, if you don't like it, you're homophobic. Like, no, we're not, you dumb motherfuckers. Stop trying to make that your go-to argument, because it's not a fucking argument. I'm sorry. Again, I really fucking hate that show.
So, who is your favorite character in Arcane?
Oh, strangely enough, Jinx.
Understandable.
And it's more with the fact that I to an extent, I have sympathy for, characters with mental health that deal with a lot of shit. I mean, there was clear. I mean, before the whole initial blowing up her family thing, there's clearly something going on there. Like, and actually, to an extent, kind of relates with our first topic. Clearly, there's something deep down that was already there, within her.
Well, what primarily caused it wasn't just the grief from accidentally killing her family.
Yeah. And granted,
But the fact that Vi wasn't there. Yes, it wasn't Vi's fault she wasn't there.
but it was Vi trying to protect her. But another thing too
But
is
Vi disappearing after snapping at her and calling her a jinx.
yeah. Another thing too that didn't help the situation, that probably didn't help the situation, is Milo's constant fucking teasing on her.
Yeah, Milo was practically a bully when it comes to her.
Yep. Continuously calling her a jinx. Yeah, what he did was not okay either.
But
I mean, including like near the very end, Jinx even says, "He's like, it's like you want to hear the funny thing. Silco thinks he made Jinx, but it was actually you."
yep. Something tells. Part of me can't help but think that if not for Marcus being a complete and utter jackass and dragging Vi off to prison, Jinx might not have been a thing.
Probably not. Well, I mean, if anything, they probably would have killed. I mean, if Vi would have came back to try to help her, they probably would have killed both her and Vi.
Probably.
But at least Jinx got a revenge on Marcus. I'm gonna say that was creative.
That was beyond creative. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought Jinx killed that one chick.
No, she didn't.
I know she didn't, but I thought she did because of how she was hanging there waiting for Silco to show back up in the office.
Oh, you're talking about Savika?
Yeah, Savika.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one police lady.
No, I wasn't talking about Caitlyn.
No, not her. The one lady that kind of had like a deal with Vander near the beginning of the series.
Oh no, she died a long time before the time skip.
By the way, the two fights with Savika and Vi were really good.
Yeah. Oh wait, it was Silco who killed her.
The one cop.
She died in the. Oh wait, not Silco. In essence, it was Silco, but it was
one of the
Shimmer. Underlings.
It was the Shimmer underling creature thingy.
Yeah.
Which, man, that thing looked cool to an extent. Actually, you know, I'm gonna say the probably the most. I guess if anything, because I can't think of anything bad, the most like heartbreaking moments.
There are a lot of those.
I think the top one has to be the final scene of the show for season 1. But I think another one for me, besides the last moment of episode or arc of episode 3, has to be that moment when Victor's experimenting on himself.
Oh, episode 6?
Yeah. And
realizing what happened.
I mean, to an extent, where he's experimenting on himself with the hex core, and the one assistant shows up who clearly has feelings for him, and he causes her death.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the worst part is like in the aftermath of everything, he finds all of these her notes and her letters to him,
and he decides to try and destroy it and couldn't go through with it.
But it seems. I mean, at this point, it seems like it's connected.
So as retribution for even thinking of destroying it, it took away his freaking metallic limb.
And I think he still has it.
No. Because he was using his cane again next time you see him.
I'm pretty sure.
Whenever Jace showed up to talk to him at the
well, I mean, he was still
using.
I mean, before he went on his run, he was still using the cane. I think, if anything, I mean, you notice he's wearing a glove too, right? In the next scene that he has with Jace, that shit didn't go away.
Yeah, but he was barefoot and he had his skin back.
I'm gonna look. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I think he had shoes on during that, but dude, it's like, I hate to use this reference, but it's like Full Metal Alchemist. He's not gonna get his normal body back, dude. Hell, I mean, I had
because he was walking with a limp.
Which, again, speaking of that, I had a chuckle when they were talking about transmutations on like how the hex core worked. I'm like, oh, he's gonna pull some alchemy bullshit. And then it hit more home with me when again you see the girlfriend being disintegrated.
Not girlfriend.
Well, assistant, yeah. She could have been the possible girlfriend for Victor. Gets disintegrated. I'm like, hey, well, you wanted to fix your body, dude. Well, that's the cost. Equivalent exchange ain't so equivalent.
Because it also had somewhat fixed whatever was wrong with him.
Only just.
And after he thought about breaking it and decided against it,
I wouldn't
say that bright flash. The next time you see him, he's got the cough again.
I wouldn't say fixed. I think more so either improved or replaced. Because to an extent,
I was talking about the sickness that was killing him.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, when he basically injects the shimmer into his leg and uses the hex cube, it basically remolds that portion of his body. And after he found out that, to an extent it worked, he tried doing it without the shimmer, and unfortunately he didn't have enough I guess, if anything, the necessary requirements in order to complete that whole situation or transmutation.
But yeah, it had made it to where he no longer had those breathing issues. His cough was gone until that moment after he thought about breaking it and then had couldn't go through with it.
It'd be really fucked up if we didn't see the hex core being destroyed. So here's my thought.
He decided against it.
Well, he asked Jace to do it. So I have a feeling, one, it's not destroyed till season 2.
Yeah, because a lot of shit came up.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be surprised if, because at this point there is that obvious connection between him and the hex core. What if by chance they end up like he gets hurt? I would be surprised if after during the aftermath he is near death, even more so than he already is due to the attack, and somehow they get into their minds to connect him further in with the Hex Core.
Yeah. But him doing what he did by giving his shimmer-filled blood to the Hex Core, he completely corrupted it.
Yeah. By the way, did you know? I mean, to an extent, it has some kind of sentience.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that as he was about to destroy it, it backs away?
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, that's why I said it sought retribution, even though he decided against it at the last second.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they like merged the core with him or something.
Yeah. Like, it took something from him as payment for even considering destroying it.
So, what do you think some things that are gonna? Do you have any predictions for the next season?
None besides what's blatantly apparent.
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, I mean, me personally, I could probably guess that at this point there's going to be a civil war between
Oh yeah.
the Piltover and the Undercity. I'm sure, like with everything going on, Vi and Caitlyn are probably going to have to pick sides.
Probably.
I'm sure. I mean, if Mel gets killed, I'm sure her mother is probably going to try to, kind of coerce Jace into creating weapons with the Hex Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was trying to do, kind of hinting at to get him to attack the, create weapons.
Yeah.
Which that was another good scene where I mean, at first, Jace is like all for getting back at the Undercity, but he kind of realizes what they're doing is not okay. And by the way, I love his last bit of dialogue where they're talking about how at this point they are not, like, none of them are fit to watch over
Yeah.
the city.
His charisma is off the charts.
And his the lady's like, careful what you say. And he's like, honestly, counselor, I don't give a fuck what you think of me anymore. I'm like, where was this guy at the beginning?
He was a kid who was about to be exiled.
No, I'm saying, like, where was this near the beginning when he wanted to originally when he wanted to do the right thing, which was shut down all this shit. Because there was obvious corruption.
He didn't have the confidence.
And he was just feeding into it.
He didn't have the confidence nor the experience needed.
Yeah, he even said flat out, dude, I know that my time here is limited, but at this point, I'm going to just do the right thing. And there was a great, speaking of, there was also that great line from when Soko and Jace meet. And they're talking about, he talks about, the possible conflict between the Undercity and Piltover. And Jace flat out says, look, I've seen it firsthand. And
your people will not survive.
Yeah. And I'm trying to stop you guys from, no longer existing or prevent it, because you guys,
it'll be a slaughter.
Yeah. Especially if they have Hex Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Which that'd be freaking, I can only imagine that fight. But on the other hand, again, they have Shimmer.
And then there's going to be the third party, the Firelights.
Who, honestly, I think the Firelights just want to live their life.
They do.
But unfortunately, they have to deal with Soko.
They're gonna have to deal with the Civil War.
Yeah.
They're going to get dragged into it whether they like it or not.
Yeah. I felt bad for Heimerdinger.
Yes, Heimerdinger is awesome.
I mean, to an extent, he was right. Even though, I mean, to an extent, he does have experience, and I mean, they've kind of said it plainly that he is a character who's lived quite a long life.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
He's damn near a senior in his race's lifespan.
To an extent, I mean, I can understand some of the other characters like disagreements with him. Like, for instance, them telling him, or trying to convince him that they need to get this stuff out sooner. But to an extent, he does have a point. I mean, especially with like if things go the wrong way, people could get hurt, especially with some of their inventions.
Primarily the hex core.
Oh yeah, he was not for the hex score.
No, he was terrified of that thing.
Yeah. I mean, clearly there was something. I mean, they should have heeded him on that one. But it's understandable why they didn't, too.
Mm-hmm. They have the scientist's mindset. The scientist slash engineer's mindset.
I was going to say pacifist.
Like wanting to understand how things work.
Yeah.
Explore all the possibilities.
But also, I mean, to an extent, especially with the hex core, they want to protect that sort of technology because it could possibly be a way to save people like Victor.
Mm-hmm. 2 streams in a row? Nah, this is the podcast. Last night was the community stream. Though you need to start. I'm not gonna lie, Rob. You need to start inviting people who pop into the chat if they want to join your games.
Well,
Because that's what a community stream's about, my friend.
Well, I mean, we've let people know to go on Discord. I mean, and I'll start doing it more frequently.
Okay.
Because we have a section of the Discord
like
where people can come on.
Join your game session kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not just pop into the VC. But welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. We got done talking about the Oxford tragedy, and we've been talking about Arcane. Though I think I might talk about it for just a little bit longer, and then I might call it quits.
Oh.
I'm getting tired. Okay. Had a very long day.
It was cool seeing, even if it was just a small instance, seeing Heimerdinger talking with Echo in the Firelights HQ.
Yeah, that was actually cool.
Oxford High School in Michigan, there was a shooting.
Yeah.
Another school shooting.
Again, Heimerdinger is probably one of those characters that's going to be really likable.
Yeah. And apparently he's another champion.
Yeah.
I thought the only champion of his race was I keep forgetting his name. Timo.
Which is
he's not in the show.
Not yet anyway.
True.
Well, actually, I think I might know what you're talking about. I think they do make a reference of a animal like character.
No, he's the same race as Heimerdinger.
Huh. Interesting. But as I'm drawing a blank.
The Those freaking hoverboards that the Firelights use, that's
Oh yeah,
cool.
those are cool. The animation for the delusions was interesting. I think actually, if anything, the animation itself was just amazing
Oh hell yeah!
all over.
I'm not gonna lie, that one Firelight that uh
Oh, it had
attacked Jinx and the others did look a lot like Vi. So
yeah, she did, and she got killed.
yeah, but oh my goodness, the relationship between Vi and Caitlyn, that was great. They had great chemistry, and that freaking hurt to see what happened.
After the meeting with the council.
Yeah, you could tell she didn't want to do that. That
Yeah,
Vi did not want to do what she did.
yeah, she didn't. She's just hurt with everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm. She, in essence, kind of did to Caitlyn almost exactly what she did to Powder.
Yeah,
Lashed out and pushed her away.
yeah. Too bad that didn't save her.
Mm.
Because the moment after Kate, I guess after this whole scene with Caitlyn in the shower, she goes to she notices the monkey image
In the same.
on her mirror.
Yeah.
By the way, that was a good shot.
Oh fuck yeah.
With like the fog is fading, and the mist from
The
the shower
steam.
is fading, or the steam, and you can see somewhat of Jinx's outline, and her eyes just glow like pink.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cool shot. Um, Also, apparently, Jinx now has super speed.
Yep. Thanks to that fucking operation.
Oh fuck the operation! My God, that was almost nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
I will say like the moment before that whole thing where um the doctor is like, telling Soko this, just so you know, she may die. And he's like, no, she won't. Like, okay, well, just so you know, this is for your own sanity, and then sticks him in the neck
Yep.
as he passes out. And then just the imagery that the hallucinations that freaking Jinx has when she's being injected with the shimmer. That
Mm-hmm.
was just, again, that was fucking nightmare fuel. Like, oh god. Oh, and then to make it worse, when Kate, I mean, it's obviously the doctor, but it goes back and forth between showing Caitlyn with the needle,
Yeah.
doctor without his mask.
Yeah.
That was fucking terrifying.
Honestly, Singed is one of the villains that I don't care for. I don't like him.
Hmm. He has backstory with Victor.
Yep. I just get the feeling there's more to him than meets the eye.
Yeah, I mean, he did briefly mention that he had a doctor or a daughter.
True. I can't shake the feeling he might actually be a wizard
We'll see.
from Heimerdinger's time in some way, shape, or form.
Well, he did mention that he knew Heimerdinger.
I mean, Heimerdinger's probably the one who who exiled him.
Probably because of Ryu.
Yeah.
Probably because of Rio is why
Yeah.
he got exiled. That'd be fucked up.
I mean, hell, Singed is the one who made Shimmer.
Yeah. Oh, the way they first displayed the effects of Shimmer, that was fucked up.
Hmm.
At first, I'm like, because I didn't understand it like the first time I watched the episode. I'm like, oh shit, that cat's gonna go for that rat, and then all of a sudden the rat drinks the Shimmer, and we see the rat transform, and I'm like, oh, it wasn't the cat's turn to eat, it was actually the rats. I didn't get it at first. I'm like, oh shit.
I'll say this much in regards to what you had stated, possibly happening in season 2. I get the feeling that it's less of Caitlyn and Vi taking sides and more Caitlyn trying to stop this from happening.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I'm kind of wondering because there's like over what 100 or more than 100 characters or champions.
Damn.
I'm kind of wondering who they would pick or choose to bring up for season 2, because it's already been announced.
Well, the thing is, for a lot of the other champions, they'd have to do more than just Piltover and Undercity.
Yeah.
And that story arc's not done, so we might not see a lot of any other champions until this
For a
is
while.
all done.
I can see that. All in all, they have a good start.
Oh hell yeah!
Like I really enjoyed this this first season.
Yeah, I really hope they manage to get the money that the company gets enough of the money needed to make a second season.
Yeah, they should take their money, take the money that they're getting from Cowboy Bebop, and put it into.
No, not Netflix. The company who did the show.
Oh, I was gonna say because Netflix is the one that's hosting it. That's why I said take the money from Cowboy Bebop and give it to the people that made Arcane. But
Granted, they are making a ton of money from League of Legends, but still.
Yeah.
I just find it funny that they're just like, yeah, we're glad you enjoy our show, but please, if you want to try League of Legends because you love our show, don't.
A lot of people were playing, different I guess the popular characters.
Uh-huh. Because League of Legends is nothing like what Arcane is trying to show.
Yeah.
Fair point, random guy. Fair point.
Yeah. Although, good show, good characters, great animation.
I certainly hope so. It's the same people who made the game and do all the music videos and shit.
So, thought it was somebody different.
What, that did the animation?
Yeah.
No, it's the same.
And by the way, I was thinking about this, and I was like, I don't think I kind of caught myself like, I don't think I've seen anything like this at all, because it's very stylized. But then I started thinking of like show or the movie. Was it was like Meet the Mitchells, the family during the robot apocalypse from Netflix.
Never heard of it.
Okay, and then what was what else was it? Or at least Into the Spider-Verse,
Yeah.
which we're getting a two-parter film, sequel to Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of intriguing that they set it up with like, oh no, this is it's not just gonna be one movie; it's gonna be two movies. Which honestly, was kind of cool. And we get to see Spider-Man from Spider-Man 20. What was it 2077?
I do not remember the year, but I know what you're talking about.
We get that Spider-Man
Mm-hmm.
to show up.
Hello, Nikki.
Spider-Man 2099. Thank you, random guy.
Spider 29. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with the trailer that they showed, um, we see that Spider-Man show up and by the looks of it get confrontational with Miles.
I mean, that's Miguel's freaking style. He's just confrontational, from what I understand.
Miguel O'Hara. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that.
Then again, I know next to nothing about a lot of the different Spider-Mans, so I'm no comic buff. I'll definitely state that.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out.
Lots of people are.
When is that coming out? Spider-Man No Home. There are two movies this month that I'm gonna try to watch in theaters. One being what was it? One being the new Spider-Man movie, and probably the next one being the Matrix film.
Yeah, I finally saw the trailer for it, and during the previews before Welcome to Raccoon City started.
Yeah.
And okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's intriguing.
The new Matrix?
Yeah, it's intriguing.
I'm kind of wondering how they're going to explain how Neo's still alive. I think that's like my biggest question. And if the freaking machines decide to bullshit with them about actual peace.
Maybe.
Humans found out the hard way. Oh, wait, machines can actually lie. But, anywho. Oh, man.
Speaking of movies Keanu Reeves has done recently, I still need to watch the third Bill and Ted movie.
Oh, God.
What? Bill and Ted's awesome.
Saying, yeah, that's a well, I kind of, when I said I meant, I kind of wanted to make it out as, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those
Not bad.
That's one of those things I do need to watch.
Have you seen the other two Bill and Ted's?
No.
Oh,
Wait,
you
no.
should.
I mean, if I have, it's been a while.
When are we getting the fourth Wick?
Not sure.
Oh, hell, I still need to watch. What was it called? Nobody. It's made by the same people who made the John Wick movies.
Yeah. Oh boy, I'm tired. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
I think I'm gonna call it, man.
All right, man.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. Special thanks to Aden. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys will follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob and Aiden signing off. Have a good one. Take care, and we will see you guys in the next video.
See you around.